Hey everybody, this is Patrick Scahill and
Alberto.
Alberto, the cameraman, and we're just looking here at some test footage for working title right now is Taillights, and we'll be shooting it tomorrow. But we wanted to show it with you right now to help blur that line between audience and artist that we're always talking about. So right here, we're filming this tree that we found because we thought it looked like a person.
It was also creepy as hell.
And then when we went back for the second day of test shoots, the actress Katie was 100% certain that was in fact a person in the woods waiting for us. Remember that?
I wasn't there at the second.
No, yeah, you were. Maybe you and CP were setting up the gimbal?
Yeah, we must have.
Yeah, she was like, guys, what is that? And I go, oh, that's a tree. No, that thing right there. Yeah, that's the tree. No, that's a person, right? No, we thought it was a person too. It's just a tree.
Well, it was literally just one single 4-foot tall tree in the middle of a clearing.
Yeah, but it's the way it moves in the wind, and we're shooting something. We kept doing this flashlight thing, because there was something about when the flashlight moved onto it. There was something that generated some sort of fear factor here, and we were trying to figure out why.
I still think it's part of the shadow.
I think so too. It definitely has that.
It also looks like the Blair Witch Project logo.
This shot came out great in the black and white. Those tree branches kind of protruding up in that sky. We didn't get it in focus for very long. Especially when you do the color burn to really pump up that contrast. I think I'm in some thorns. Yeah, we're still playing around with this flashlight, trying to figure out if that's going to help us do anything when it reveals subjects that the main character will discover.
The thing I like about how this came out,
yeah,
it's just test footage, is when the light's not there, it still looks like daytime. Just especially this right here.
Yeah, that was weird because this was on the 5D Mark III, right? So we don't have the ISO power of the Alpha 7S that we plan to shoot on.
But I think it was slightly earlier in the day.
Oh, yeah, that might have been it.
And that snow brightens.
I think the snow definitely helped. I wish we had some snow there for this weekend. And then was this us trying to see if we could see those, or was it just playing around with flashlights more? Looks like you're messing with the ISO.
I think we were trying to see if we could see the markers, if we needed to mark anything out in the woods.
See, this helps, and I don't know if this is because it's still early in the day, but you can still see some of the skin. And that might help us separate the actor and the actress from the background a bit. Look, there's a little bit of face there.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll take down some of the hoods. I don't know. That's the light pollution. The light pollution, remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's a lot less grain here. Even though we're using the blue channel, this was the noisiest one in the experiments, like in this version right here. No, this is the color burn. I don't know. I don't mind losing some of the detail if we can get the contrast high enough. It's a nice stark imagery. If we can have the actor pop out of the frame. Like when that flashlight's on.
Yeah, I think we were obsessed with making everyone super dark.
Yeah.
That I think moving to lighter colors for what the actors are wearing.
Well, I think for Abner, definitely we want him brighter. And then the cell phone on him too. The other guys I don't mind always being in the dark. Maybe Katie we want to be brighter because she's sort of the lead on that team. But if the other ones are sort of hiding in the dark and popping up throughout his light, that might help us get that effect we want of this moving environment that's enclosing around him. See, even with all the grain that the multiply kind of affects, the light kind of cleans up a lot of it. Just that one source, because the camera's not compensating so hard.
Yeah, you don't see grain in highlights typically.
Yeah,
not as much.
So I think maybe that's the way we're gonna end up going. What we did in Adobe, they have an arithmetic way, and you can play with the cuddle channels. And what we're doing is we're taking, instead of just desaturating the image, we want to try to create a black and white feel. So we take one channel and then we put it on top of another color channel that's in grayscale, and then we add some sort of blend mode and affect the opacity to help give a lot more mood to our black and white and create a certain look that we're going for. Because I think with Animus we just turned off the desaturation. I think we sort of do that film a disservice because of it.
Yeah, I mean, that movie was more of an experiment in sound than an
Yes.
experiment in picture.
Well, that's ultimately, I think that was something we did for a producer, which is ultimately what we're doing this movie for, too. But we only had 2 weeks to turn that movie around because I was meeting him at Thanksgiving. So that was sort of something that we just kind of built. It ended up becoming, the way to make it work was building up the sound. So it sort of fell into that. So here, yes. So here we're trying to see, especially with the color burn, how long we can keep the black going for, right? And have these things kind of come in. Can we tolerate it? Can an audience, will it find it mysterious, or will it find it more frustrating that they're not able to see? Right, but you don't get that much more detail, I guess, in these versions when you're coming from behind, the lights in front.
Yeah,
I think you need to be coming from the front,
yeah.
which is why we got that reverse gimbal set up.
I think that's why we ended up going with, what was it, the blue? It was one of the first.
The blend mode you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this color. If we can get away with this color burn and losing some of the detail, that's what we're gonna try to do. But if we can't, then we'll go with the red on the green. And then it's a little noisier, but at least there's still some detail there. But I mean, look at this light. Right? Even like again, this is the noisy channel, but just having that little bit of light helps to get rid of so much of the grain. Even in this pure black mode here, like I do kind of like that type of shot though, where if we're gonna get something from behind, sort of having that big spotlight.
Yeah.
Can we do that with a cell phone, or would we have to give him something different?
I think it would be dark enough.
Yeah.
We could try a couple different phones. I think my phone has a pretty bright flashlight.
Okay. I mean, it will help that like 9 people there will all have cell phones that have magical lights, and then me. Yeah, something like that too. Like, man, maybe we'll give somebody else a flashlight, and there could be this moving light in the distance. I liked it slashing through those trees.
That might give us an excuse to get a light on Katie.
Yeah.
If there's a light coming like out of the woods.
That might not be a bad idea.
Because I'm thinking maybe there's like a slashing light in the woods. Maybe.
Like it looks like the light he's pointing the other way, but it's hitting those trees.
Yeah.
Or did you have a light too as you were going through?
I probably had my my phone on me.
Okay.